If you break it, Barry, you've bought it.
Aged Trinity House are responsible.
Can I interrupt, sir? You look magnificent. I'm David. What's your name?
Oh, do you want me to hold that?
Oh,
Yeah, nice.
wonderful to meet
My
you.
name's Barry.
Barry, real
B-A-R-R-I-E.
I-E.
Yes,
Okay.
you've got to be a little bit special.
Oh well, you look very special. I've got to say. How long have you been a Chelsea pensioner?
6 years now.
Right.
6 years.
Are you enjoying the lifestyle?
I'm enjoying the lifestyle. I'm enjoying the Royal Hospital Chelsea immensely.
Yes.
But I'm afraid I do not like London.
You don't like London?
I'm a country boy
Yeah.
through and through.
Yeah.
London is dirty.
Bit stuffy.
Yeah.
It's smelly.
Yeah. But you are in your own little village here, really, aren't you?
We are.
Yes.
And we have a lot of greenery.
Yes.
I believe 60 acres.
Yeah. Right in the middle of town.
But it's not countryside.
No. But do you get a chance to get out into the country?
I get out as much as I can. I've got a friend that will take me back to the island, the Isle of Wight, every so often.
Right.
Went there the month before last for a youth rugby festival,
Right.
where my club was playing. And
Was the Isle of Wight home for you?
it's as near home as anywhere else I've got.
Okay.
I would say the next nearest would be Box Hill.
It is-
Sorry,
yeah,
let's say sorry.
Okay.
Went to a boarding school in Bisley. Oh yeah, sorry.
Shooting ground. I love it.
I'm going to go around this way,
Go
Georgina.
around.
Now, I must introduce you to my viewers.
Hello.
You are Georgina.
I am.
And what is your surname?
Walrock.
Of course. The daughter of the one and only.
Give us away.
I'm coming round. You two are very interesting.
Okay.
I'm interested in both of you. Hold that thought. Yeah.
The Isle of Wight. Do you know Lymington, the Isle of Wight?
I know Lymington very well.
So that's home. That's why that we have all this amazing nautical.
Well, I was on the pilot boats, Trinity House pilot boats.
Hence.
Ah,
Trinity.
okay. Now you're
Correct.
looking at this.
Correct.
You're looking at the Trinity Cup.
I was looking at the Trinity Cup, which I didn't know existed, but it's something I would never have believed I could be holding. I found it absolutely magnificent.
Well, do you know very much about it, or do we call in Charlie Walrock, who knows everything about everything?
Shall we?
Shall
I think
we?
so.
Hi, David.
Come
What
I've
is
had
it?
to do some swatting out because I can't remember it all. This was awarded to, you're right, to Reverend Glasse, 1775, who was at the time one of the finest preachers. And he's very famous. He preached to inmates. He was also preached to the king at the time, George III. And this is the Glasse family who also was involved with the Marine Society.
Right.
Hence the connection with the Trinity House Cup.
And Trinity House was formed in
58?
58,
Somewhere around
there.
there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Barry, what is your connection to Trinity House?
Well, it doesn't go back to 1558.
Well, no. You're looking good if it does.
I served on the Isle of Wight pilot boats,
Know them
pilot
well.
cutties, both in the west of the Wight and on the east. So from Lymington, or not Lymington, but Great Yarmouth, to the Needles and ride out to the Nab Tower.
They always use the big Nelson 48s.
No, we used to have the 70 foots,
Oh,
which
big.
were built in Southampton. Then we went to the 40 foots later on in life.
Georgina, are you finding this fascinating?
I love it.
You do, because
No,
you
I
were
do.
brought up around this stuff, weren't you?
Lymington to Yarmouth is a quick hop, skip, and jump on a boat, and then the Needles is across the other side,
Yeah.
and I can picture what you're saying.
Yes.
And I love it.
Yes.
And I also am learning a lot because I didn't know half of this.
So, Barry, you were in the army, and you went to sea as well then, quite obviously.
I went to sea before I joined the army.
Oh, you did?
I was with Port Ryan, Royal Fleet Auxiliary, RFA, trawlers out of Grimsby, White Sea, Bear Island,
Right.
Bering Sea, Iceland during the Cold War.
Wow.
And I never got a medal. They never struck a medal for the Cold War.
Right.
Which is a great shame because I'd be the only one here with that. And then decided that I needed change in life, and I joined the Royal Air Force.
Right. When was this?
Oof. It must have been 59, 60, somewhere around about
Right.
that. And I never did any work in the Royal Air Force other than rowing.
Rowing?
Yes, I was a oarsman.
Well, you got long levers.
Only in the RAF for a very short time, and then decided that I'd like to go into the veterinary corps.
The veterinary corps.
The veterinary corps.
That's
What an
quite
extraordinary
unusual,
life.
isn't it? That is
There's
quite
no point
unusual.
in having 2 feet if you can't jump from one to the other.
No, I agree, Barry. Absolutely, it really is. I think we should all live our lives like that. I think you should. I think you should. So, when did you leave the forces?
Well, if you count Trinity House as the forces, because they are the senior force,
Yeah.
they are senior to the Royal Navy, I retired in the year 2000.
Right. Yeah.
But I left the army in 72.
Okay. Yeah.
Went into Trinity House, served with Trinity House as the lighthouses and lightships were being automated.
Can you just explain to my viewers exactly what Trinity House is?
Trinity House is responsible for aids to navigation and really anything to do with navigation at sea regarding markers, buoys,
Right.
lighthouses,
Okay.
lightships,
Yes.
and pilotage.
Okay. Well, I can understand why the wall rocks are interested in all of this.
Well, someone has to look after all this stuff. So if you've got navigation buoys, port and starboard, going out of, well, the fairway buoy off the Needles, which Barry will remember,
Yeah.
and it starts to drag its concrete base or however it's fitted down.
Yeah.
It's got to be maintained. Someone's got to look
Yes.
after all this stuff.
Yes.
Do you also plot all the charts? Would you be responsible for plotting the charts for the sea?
No, that's done by a different
Someone else.
department.
But would you aid them with saying the buoys are plotted here and here, or there's a shipwreck here, so if you draw a certain amount on a boat, you can't go over it?
Once it's been decided that a buoy needs to be placed in a certain area, then really out of my remit, but I would assume we then inform the chart makers and Admiralty, and they would give a aids to navigation update, and
And there it is, and we see it today.
there it is on the new chart.
What's amazing is my young brother, his son, is part of the RNLI. And
Right.
so he is herring around the sea, which you probably used to do as well, on boats, with buoys left and right in darkness, which terrifies me.
Yeah.
But and you probably did the same, in pitch black.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it's probably all thanks to what you've done at Trinity, that he can do it safely. So he knows where he's going. The buoys are flashing green or red, depending on which side, port or starboard, and they don't run into things.
Barry, can I get Charlie to talk to you about this Trinity Cup, because I know that this was the thing that drew you onto the stand.
Absolutely.
So Charlie, over to you.
Well, what's interesting, listening to an amazing story, and I learned so I was not aware that Trinity House was over and above the senior service to the Royal Navy.
Yes.
So I've learned something I'm really interested in today.
Yeah.
But this is fascinating because this relates back to the 18th century, doing exactly the same things as what Barry has been doing for some of his life.
Right.
Which I think is fantastic.
It is.
So I think I'm going to take that. Really worries me.
I thought you were going to fill it up with champagne.
Would you like
Come
some?
back later, Barry, and we'll give you a hand.
I'll tell you what, Barry, you grab. I'm going to come round and we've got to get a picture of you holding that cup.
Yeah.
Hold that thought, Charlie.
To go in it for you, Barry. Come back later and we'll see what we can do. This is not. There we go. So here you have the family and the Trinity House motto.
Correct.
Barry, cheers
And
to you.
I'm frightened to take the top off
Yeah.
in case the genie comes out. So I'm
Leave
going
the
to leave the
genie
top
in.
on.
Don't worry, when you visit Wick Antiques and you handle something, if you break it, Barry, you've bought it.